Heyo everybody, I'm Nick and welcome back to Pokemon Sapphire. This is going to be the first of what I have of what I like to call extra episodes. The section of an LP where we get to cover all the extra shit of a game. And for Pokemon 3rd Gen in particular, with Ruby and Sapphire, I have 7 particular extra episodes to take care of. And I will have the names of all of these on screen just because this is kind of a planned thing. So, yeah, as you can see on the list, the first thing we're going to be taking care of today is all the areas we have not previously explored in the game, with one particular exception. But for now, our dad is home. Hey, it's Sapphy. It's been a while since I saw you, but you look stronger somehow. That's the impression I get, but your old man hasn't given up yet. Oh yes, I have something for you. This came to you from someone named Mr. Briny. We get the SS ticket, which is one of the places we'll be going to. A ticket for a ferry? If I recall, there are ferry ports in Slateport and Lily Cove. Sapphy, if you have ambition as a trainer, go to the Battle Tower. It should teach you that there is no end to a trainer's chosen path. I better get back to Petalburg Gym. Mom, thanks for looking after the house while I'm away. Shouldn't she have a name you should call her by? But I guess ID flags or whatever. And then she'll be all like, that dad of yours. It's like, all he talks about is Pokemon. And now we really need to watch TV here. We bring you a special news bulletin. We've received reports of a red flying Pokemon in various Hoenn locales. The identity of this Pokemon is not yet to be determined. We now return you to your regular movie presentation. If you saw on my list a thing called Lattes, we'll be taking care of that in that particular episode. So I think first things first, we're going to cut over to Slateport City, as that is the most convenient place to, Actually, no, we're not doing that. Lies and slander. Because we're gonna loop into that from Abandoned Ship, as we now have the dive section. So I apologize if this video is gonna be a bit long. There are 3 main sections we're gonna be taking care of today. The dive part of the Abandoned Ship. The ship will be sailing on to the Battle Tower, or rather, we're going to go to another place because selecting Battle Tower will just take us straight there. And the waterfall part of, fuck, post me, help. You get the point. I'll see you guys in a bit. And howdy ho, back to the Abandoned Ship. Now that we have dive, in this particular room, you may or may not have noticed that there were dive tiles here. Well, yes, we can go down. And yes, you can find Tentacruel on that small amount of tiles. And it's weird that there's only this small part of the abandoned ship that's kind of wrecked. And this gets expanded upon a bit more in the remakes, so there's that. Now, there's a particular gimmick to this room, you'll see. There's a lot of locked doors. So you need to go through here, and then you'll see these sparkles. Some of these are key items, and some of them are not. It is your task to find all the keys and unlock all the rooms. But not all the sparkles on the ground are keys. Sometimes it is a key, but that kind of ruined my surprise. But sometimes it's just trash. But all these rooms have at least one collectible item. This should be the TM for Rain Dance, if I'm remembering correctly. And so, to shut my ass up, yep, it is indeed Rain Dance. I remembered correctly. Woo! I believe this should be the room 4 door. Yeah, it is. It actually was in the garbage can. Holy shit. I guessed correctly.
Whoa!
Because I think The key item you're looking for is in room 5, if I remember correctly. That's a luxury ball. This will up the friendliness of a Pokemon you catch to a specific value. Oh yeah, that's right, because that's the key item we're looking for. But you can only get the sparkles if you come in from that door. Ugh, I did not speak correctly there. Damn. Alright, so that's the amount of sparkles we have to go through. Like, I could just mash. Really? It's bright and shiny, but it's just trash. There's the room 2 key. It's not really that long of a puzzle. You just kind of just check around a lot. And because there's no encounters, there's really not all that much to see there. So now we're gonna insert the key and go right in and claim the scanner. Now this is the scanner that a certain someone has been looking for. And because that certain someone is also at the port that we need to go get on the ship, we'll just be going right down that way. So if you'll excuse me, I will see you guys once again with another good cut. And we are back. So let's go talk to that Captain Stern guy with the scanner in hand. Oh, Sappy, that item you have. That's a scanner. That would sure help us on our explorations. Sappy, would you trade your scanner for something? Like, say, a deep sea tooth or a deep sea scale that I have? You can back out if you don't want to make the choice just yet, but for explanation's sake, I'm just going to take the deep sea scale. Because this will give you Gorbis. The other one will give you a Huntail if you give either of these items to a Clamperl and trade it. And now the ship we are looking for is right here. We are here for the ferry, flash the ticket. And then we're gonna go to Lily Cove so we can actually roam around on the boat itself. And remember how we got that ticket from Mr. Briny? Mr. Briny is actually on the ship himself as the captain. Welcome aboard, Sappy. They made me honorary captain of the SS title. You can call me Captain Briny now. You know, I retired once before, but when I saw this majestic ship, let me just say it stirred my sleeping soul as a sailor. And even brings Pico along. Now, there are trainers in these huts here, but the first thing we want to look at is, yes, this ship is indeed plowing through currents. But these cabins are none of our current business, as now we get to fight some sailors down in the decks. Well, the storage area, really, but I don't know my ship terminology, and they've got mid-40s Pokemon, just so you know. It's just like, this is the only set of extra trainers with these levels you'll fight in the game, and you can't refight them. It is possible to skip just straight there, but you're really here for extra items, and it's ultimately kind of a pointless ship ride after you've collected said items. And there is a particular item I want to collect down here. Now, it's said that there's actually 2 copies of said item down here, that one is hidden. And I know one of them is in a trash can. And trust me when I say it is definitely a very important item to get if you want to actually, in terms of competitive battling. As it's a very standard item you'll see in Pokemon movesets. Spoiler alert, it's an item called Leftovers, and I really should have used Drill Peck here, but whatever. It's not like I'm going to be using everybody for all that long anyway, in terms of like actually fighting, because I want to try my best to get everybody to 50. If every single one of my Pokemon could be level 50, that would be great, because that means I can actually show off the Battle Tower, which wasn't necessarily my intent. It just ultimately ended up that way, I'm gonna be honest with you. And this is, there's gonna be a few more trainer fights in the game, because there's a few trainers I did not get to. Let's see if Drill Peck actually finishes Machoke, because I'm curious. It do! It definitely do. Me likey. I think they are the only 2 trainers in here. In this garbage can is a thing of leftovers. Now, if I read correctly, there's another set somewhere. So I think for that very reason, I wanted to see if the item finder does anything. Nothing. Nothing. I just making sure if that claim wasn't completely BS or not. Because my item finder says nothing. I'm just making sure. Because it said there was 2 things leftovers, and I know for sure there was only 1. Probably a good thing I checked. And now we can partake in even more trainer fights. One of these beds, I'm pretty sure though, is one you can recover in, just in case you need to heal up. And I think there should be somebody in front of one? I can't remember. That means we've actually gone through all of the rough parts, and then this blue bed right here is where you can heal your Pokemon. Right here, so by doing that, you can make land in Lily Cove and leave anytime you want. At this point, though, honestly, I'm good. We're good. So we're gonna just get out of here. There are some more fights, but there's no new Pokemon, honestly. Like, there's some single battles and a double battle, but it's ultimately not anything that's all that important. Like, I showed some sailor fights, and that's what we were here to do. And I made a done goof, so it's gonna take me actually, no. Because there's another part that I want to get to. But to do that, we gotta do another cut. And it means a bit of party swapping for a quick moment, so be right back. And we are back. So, when I said there was one waterfall section we were going to take care of in Post Me Please Help. So, there's actually 2 waterfalls. If you remember this thing from earlier, we can actually do that now with waterfall. And the main thing I said I was cutting for is because we need the acrobike if we actually want to explore. And by explore, I mean not run into fucking tentacles all day. Like, come on, man. That's not cool. So, first things first. Gotta get their super repel, so hopefully I don't have to... We're gonna be doing this one more time. But now we can actually take care of this section up here by using waterfall. And you'll get some Hondu berries over here. These are valuable if you're playing Emerald because they actually have the EV lowering property in that game. That's where it began. But for now, they're just regular ass berries that you use to make for Pokeblocks, and that's it. So if you really want to actually do anything here, well, for one, I should re-register my bike and then go hopping across. I am actually going to be bike swapping one more time while this is, because we need the mock bike for one last part, and that's going to be, as you can see right before, that's going to be in the last extra episode, so I will be doing it I will be swapping back on the way to, whatever. We're going to run away from this Kecleon because I don't care. There's some hidden base locations over here if you want. There's also one of these bike paths was basically a dead end. And this is an extra rare candy. Yeah, that sounds about right. So we're actually gonna go and, cut to last waterfall area where I can actually say what the title of the place is because fuck. Just how in the hell did I forget about Meteor Falls? Oh wait, I can see why. It's the fact that primarily that there's only like one cutscene that happens here. It's just a pass-through cave. But the actual memorable part of Meteor Falls is actually behind these waterfalls, as you'll... I'll tell you what's actually back here as we're going along. in addition to a bunch of different items, this is the only place in the game, I think it's only in a specific room, Post-me, you'll help me on that one, where you can actually find the Pokemon Bagon. And Bagon is the first stage of Salamence, which if you saw my first LP, you'll see that I used a Salamence that's literally right at the end of the game, because this was the only place you could get the damn thing. Also, you can get a TM for Iron Tail if you want it. I mean, there's no harm in not taking it, so I figure why the fuck not? And there's a couple here. You can actually refight this couple, so we might as well just do that. Well, specifically, I want to fight them. I kind of want to take out the Hariyama as soon as possible because fuck that thing. And their levels are a bit lower because you could get here before, you know, after beating the 8th gym, but before going to Elite Four, so they'll be around Victory Road levels, as you can see here. I think there's another trainer that you can refight in here, but yeah, I think both of these guys are able to fightable, actually. That's pretty neat. If I remember correct, because I think... Are you even a... Sorry, I just haven't... Yes, that's right! Dragon Tamers. You don't find these guys very often at all. So you actually get to see this sprite here, and he's just gonna throw, I think, 2 Altaria at us? Or is it Altaria Shelgon? I can't remember. It doesn't ultimately matter, but it does matter that you can refight these 2 fights, so I might as well just show them on screen here. It is double Altaria, that's right. Wait, whoa. I wanted to use Drill Peck, not Psychic, and, you know, not actually switch them around. I had my reasoning. Wow, they actually do about the same damage. Neat. Drill Peck is okay, I guess. Though with that, Xatu does get to level 50, so I appreciate that. Question mark? Confuse rate level 50? The fuck is wrong with you? And that's the only battles you'll have in here, but if you're playing Emerald version, you can find Steven, actually. I'm just not even gonna beat around that bush. Yeah, you can find him in here, and he'll have levels 20 higher than his champion fighter, at least around close to that. So, this is the area I was mentioning where you can find Bagon. At least I know for sure you can find it in here. So this is a TM for Dragon Claw. You really should only be using it on Pokemon that... If you're using it on Bagon, you're giving it Dragon Claw early. Which you don't even really need that much, but... Go you, I guess, if you want Stab. At least there's very few types that actually resist dragons. We're not really going to be showing off a Bagon encounter, though, because the encounter rate's pretty low. Also kind of neat that you can go over this way, and boom! It's a PP up. Could have used that a bit earlier, but whatever. Totally just gonna use that now on Shedinja's Silverwind. Because I can. Why did I try to use the leftovers? That's silly. And you know what? I think there's one last thing I want to show you super quick before we end this episode in particular. So I will see you guys once again in just a moment. So, you remember Mount Chimney? Well, there's something neat to this place actually, and it's that after a certain point, the place repopulates with trainers. So, I'm not going to rebattle them here, but I just wanted to show off that there are people that show up. You know, I'm not even going to bother. I just wanted to show that there were trainers even here in the first place. And this was that was the last little thing I wanted to show off. That I didn't actually initially think of that conceptually for this episode, but this was the last that I wanted to show off in all of Hoenn, other than the one particular route that we sailed through. I'm saving that for the Reggie episode. And if you know what's going to happen there, that's going to be something particularly special. So I think for now, that'll be all for this extra episode, and next time we're going to tackle the Battle Tower. So I think with that, I'm Nick, and I'll see you guys next time.